Football fans, buckle up, because today we're diving into one of the most dramatic transfer sagas of the entire summer. The story of Alexander Isak's blockbuster $125 million move to Liverpool is one filled with twists, tension, controversy, and a finish that could change the course of the Premier League. This isn't just a transfer, it's a statement. But here's the shocking twist. Despite becoming Liverpool's record signing, Isak isn't even fit enough to play a full 90 minutes. So what does this mean for Liverpool? What does it mean for Sweden? And most importantly, was this gamble worth it? Stick with me until the end, because we'll unpack everything. From Newcastle's fury, to Liverpool fans' excitement, to Isak's own gamble that could either make or break his career. Let's rewind for a moment. For weeks, actually for months, Liverpool's name has been linked with one forward after another. Rumors about Victor Osimhen, whispers about Kylian Mbappé, and speculation about other rising stars. But through it all, one name kept bubbling to the surface: Alexander Isak. The Swedish striker had been Newcastle United's crown jewel since arriving from Real Sociedad in 2022 for $63 million. His blend of pace, power, and ice-cold finishing made him one of the most feared forwards in England. And at just 25 years old, he's entering his prime years. But here's where things get spicy. Isak wasn't happy. He wanted Champions League. Football. He wanted titles. And deep down, he wanted Liverpool. So what did he do? He pulled off the ultimate power move, refusing to play for Newcastle, sitting out matches, essentially going on strike to force the transfer through. Some fans have called it ruthless. Others have called it unprofessional. But here's the reality. It worked. Liverpool, after weeks of tense negotiations, finally agreed to pay a record-breaking $125 million. Yes, you heard that right. $125 million to bring Isak to Anfield. That makes him the most expensive signing in Liverpool's history, smashing the records set by Virgil van Dijk and Darwin Núñez. Now, here's the kicker. That money doesn't just represent Liverpool buying a striker. It represents intent. It's a signal to Manchester City, to Arsenal, to every Premier League rival, that Liverpool aren't here to play games, they're here to win. But is it a risk? Absolutely. Because right now, as things stand, Isak is not fit enough to play a full 90 minutes. That's right, Liverpool have just spent $125 million on a player who hasn't played since May. This brings us to the international twist. Sweden head coach Jon Dahl Tomasson has already confirmed that Isak will join the national team immediately after his Liverpool medical. Here's what Tomasson said. Every person in the whole world has read the headlines in the last weeks. Nothing is confirmed yet, but I spoke with Alex, and we expect him during the day. He's not able to play for 90 minutes, but he can be a game changer. Think about that. Sweden themselves know he's not fit enough to play the full match, yet they're counting on his mentality, professionalism, and ability to make a difference when it matters most. One thing everyone keeps repeating, whether it's Tomasson, journalists, or even ex-teammates, is that Alexander Isak has the mentality of a true professional. He's calm, he's stable, he's focused, and let's be real, forcing your way out of a Premier League club like Newcastle isn't easy. The backlash is brutal. Fans feel betrayed. Rival clubs start questioning your character, but Isak has carried himself with composure throughout. That's exactly the kind of mental strength Liverpool fans love. Think back to Luis Suarez, Fernando Torres, or even Virgil van Dijk when he arrived from Southampton. These were players who knew what they wanted and had the guts to make it happen. So, let's talk tactics. How exactly does Alexander Isak fit into Liverpool's system? He's tall, quick, and versatile. He can play as the main striker, but also drift wide to open up space. His finishing inside the box is lethal, but he also loves to run at defenders, which gives Liverpool a new edge, and perhaps most importantly, he brings something Liverpool's attack has lacked since the departure of Roberto Firmino: unpredictability. Imagine this front line. Mohamed, Salah on the right, Darwin Núñez rotating through the middle, Luis Díaz or Diogo Jota on the left, and Alexander Isak slotting in wherever he's needed. That's scary. That's dangerous. That's title-winning material. Of course, we can't ignore the fallout at Newcastle. Fans feel betrayed, the club feels blindsided, and Eddie Howe is left scrambling for a replacement at the very last minute. Some fans are calling Isak's actions unprofessional, refusing to play, essentially forcing Newcastle's hand. But others argue he had no choice. After all, how many players would say no to Liverpool, to Jurgen Klopp, to the chance to win titles and play Champions League football every season? It's a messy breakup, and one that will sting for Newcastle for a long time. So here's the $1 million, or should I say $125 million question. Was this move worth it for Liverpool? On one hand, they've signed one of Europe's best young strikers. They've sent a message of ambition. They've added firepower that could make the difference in a tight title race. On the other hand, they've spent a record fee on a player who isn't fully fit. They're putting huge pressure on Isak's shoulders, and if he fails to adapt quickly, the criticism will be. But now I want to hear from you, the Liverpool faithful, the Newcastle fans, and the neutrals watching around the world. Do you think Alexander Isak made the right decision forcing a move to Liverpool? Was it ruthless ambition or pure betrayal to Newcastle? And most importantly, do you believe he's worth $125 million? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this debate is only just getting started. One thing's for sure. Alexander Isak's Liverpool journey is about to begin under the brightest spotlight possible. Every touch, every goal, every miss will be analyzed. Fans will expect instant impact. Rivals will hope he fails. But if there's one thing we know about Isak, it's that he thrives under pressure. He forced this move. He wanted this challenge. And now it's time to prove why Liverpool bet the house on him. So buckle up, because this isn't just a transfer story. It's the beginning of a new